Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of All Things Event Planning with me, April. I am April. So last episode, we talked about things that bosses do for their birthdays. And so now that Memorial Day has passed and Memorial Day is like the unofficial start to the summer, we're going to be talking about some events that you'll probably be planning during the summertime. So we're going to talk about the top 3 events that you'll either be attending or planning this summer. So if this is something that is interesting, then stay tuned to this episode. Okay, so now that we are in summer season, the weather is warm, and you know what that means? It means tons and tons of events. So one of the top events that you'll be planning this summer will be weddings and engagement parties. The reason summer is the prime time for weddings is because of the weather. Now, typically, if you're on the East Coast, you will probably have your wedding between May and September because the weather's warm, it's peak wedding season, and that's what's expected. Same thing with engagement parties as well. Typically, because the summer is usually wedding season and people usually plan their weddings between 12 to 18 months out, the summertime is going to be the prime time to be planning engagement parties as well. Those parties are going to be some of the top revenue generating events that you'll be planning. A wedding can range anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000, and engagement parties are usually about 20% of that budget. You're working with a person and their wedding budget is going to come in around $50,000. So then you know if they're going to be planning an engagement party, it's going to come in around maybe $5,000 to $7,000. Sometimes it can be a little higher. It's even close to 10. It just depends. Usually the engagement parties are prerequisite events to the wedding. So if you have a person, usually people who invite people to engagement parties are more than likely going to be invited to the wedding. So a lot of times engagement parties usually include close family and friends, and that can be anywhere from maybe 20 to 50 people. And then the additional people at their wedding would be friends and extended family, things like that. So that's one event that you know for sure you'll probably be planning this summer. The next event that you will probably be planning this summer will be gender reveals and baby showers. Okay, so this is the time of year where a lot of babies are born, or the time of year where a lot of babies are conceived. So gender reveal and baby showers will also be top events that you'll be planning. A lot of times people during the winter time create babies. So you're talking about anywhere between October to February. So the summer would be the time that you'll do gender reveals. And then as it gets later into the year, baby showers will also be very popular. So that's something too, just to keep in mind that you'll probably have to plan. Typically gender reveals and baby showers are more intimate. So you're not going to have a lot of people attending, just close family and friends. So I can't see a gender reveal or baby shower having more than 50 people. So that's something to keep in mind too as you're going into this summer months. So the next set of events that you're going to be planning this summer are going to be graduation events. And it's not just college graduation, and graduation is such an important part in families and a person's life. It could be high school graduation, it can be a college graduations, PhDs, elementary school, whatever. Graduations are huge, and you're probably going to spend just as much as you're going to spend for an engagement party on graduation parties. People go all out, from barbecues to special venues. It's almost like a quinceañera for people, like as far as the magnitude of the event. So just keep that in mind that between May and early July, you'll be planning a lot of graduations. You'll probably start planning graduations before weddings and gender reveals in the order of graduations. Like right now is prime graduation season, especially for colleges. And then as you go into June, you'll hit the high school, remainder of colleges, of people graduating. So that's another event that you know for sure that you'll be planning during the summer. And because I love you guys so much, I'm going to give you 2 more events that you'll probably be planning in the summer. Let's just jump right into it. So the next set of events that you'll probably be planning during the summer are birthday parties. Birthday parties are huge, especially depending on the milestone. So it can be a first birthday party, it could be a fifth. Summer birthdays are really, really popular because the weather's good. It allows a lot more people to travel. Kids will be out of school. So people are able to travel. Kids are able to travel. And it's just a really good time to have birthday parties. Across the U.S., the weather generally is pretty good. So regardless of if you're going to the north or the south, the east or west, planning summer birthday parties are going to be lit. Last but not least, some of the events that you'll be planning this summer will include concerts, festivals, and conferences. Summer is another great time to have people travel across the country, around the world. A lot of people are out for work, summer vacation. So this will be another event that you'll probably be planning. These events are going to probably cost the same as a wedding. So just keep in mind that if you're asked to do a festival or a conference or a concert, it's going to be over a span of multiple days, probably multiple locations, and it's going to be pretty big budget. So that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of All Things Event Planning with me, April. For more information about some of the events that we have coming up, you can always visit my website, which is platinumeventsbyapril.com, just so that you all know. If you're in the New York City area on August 10th, 2019, we are having our marquee event called Wine and Conversations. It's going to be held in Jersey City from 6 to 9 p.m. and all the ticketing information is available on my website, which is platinumeventsbyapril.com. We also are starting to do webinars, which is super exciting. So if you ever want to get more hands-on experience on how to plan events, what exactly is event planning, and more of an educational side to the business, you can always visit my website for that as well. We do have webinars starting in June of 2019. So we're excited to extend that offer to all of our listeners. And if you ever have any questions, want to get in contact with me, you can always visit the website at platinumeventsbyapril.com. You can reach out to me on social media. All of it's platinumeventsbyapril.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. And until next time, take care.
You've been listening to the All Things Event Planning Podcast.
All Things Event Planning Podcast.
With your host, April. Loved this week's episode? Subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, or Google Play. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.